So good evening, everyone. Apologies, my voice has been decaying for the last day or so. I need some whiskey. It's not a professional photographer. Welcome. My name is Ian Bannatyne. I work with KPMG. On behalf of KPMG, welcome to our facility here. We are delighted, thank you, to be asked to host the 2018 awards, and I had a tremendous time last year. I think the depth and breadth of the activities you see in the program that you're through is astonishing, I think, up and down the country. The work is being conducted locally, delivered locally in communities, in many areas which are close to the social objectives that we have at KPMG. We are focusing very, very hard, again, on social mobility. The accounting firms were huge drivers of social mobility in the 80s, 90s. I was a product of that opportunity. But unfortunately, the last 5 or 6 years, the kids that I interview are sons and daughters of accountants, wives and daughters. So we do need to break through that, access talents and objectives in numeracy and literacy, which I think map closely, very closely to WEA, and look forward to joining those up in the future. So I hope you have a tremendous evening. You'll see wine on the way in, there'll be wine on the way out. Blues, if you haven't found them, at the back over there, fingers crossed, there'll be no fire alarm. The fire exit is that way. Have a good evening, please. And I would to introduce Ruth to kick off the evening.
Well, big thank you to Ian and to KPMG again for hosting our awards. I think this is the 3rd year you've hosted them, Ian, and we're extremely grateful to have this venue. It's for free. And it's a huge gift to us, plus everything else you do through the year. So we've had a number of interactive events with KPMG. We've involved some of their partners and supporters in supporting the WEA, and we learn from the experience of working with KPMG on some of our employer engagement work. So thank you, Ian. Fantastic to have your support. Okay, so welcome to all of you. It's a fantastic opportunity. We have this opportunity once a year to celebrate at a national level all the achievements that go on in every community and every region across the length and breadth of this country. And the WEA is one of those unique institutions. It's been going for over 100 years, 103 at least. And that's from when it first started developing all its roots and branches. It was founded in 1903, before, of course, the big turmoil of the First World War. We have survived 2 world wars, we've survived a Great Depression, and we're about to survive Brexit. Okay, so lots of pressures on us at the moment, as everybody I know in the room is aware. There is a move to cut funding, and that cuts in funding around adult education have been happening now in quite drastic terms, really, over the last 10 years. 92% of government budgets goes to support people under 19 with their education and skills, but actually 80% of the population is over 19. So, we get 8% actually of the total budget, which is kind of small amounts. And we rely on volunteers, we rely on our staff, we rely on our partnerships, we rely on employers, and we rely on the skills and knowledge and inspiration that we have to reach as many people as we can. And tonight is living proof, if you like, that people can do extraordinary things. It's their talent, their ability that we nurture, it's their confidence, their resilience that we build, and it's their skills that we develop so that they can be more able to progress in the 21st century. We have a glorious past, and in my view, we have a great future. The point about what we do is it really challenges people, individuals, and communities to think about the experience and the life experiences of ordinary citizens. How much are we gearing up our education to meet those needs and to reach out to people where they are, wherever they are, whichever race they are, whichever culture, whichever creed. And Britain will only succeed if we succeed. So I love the award winners here tonight, the least selfish and grasping of people in our society. They attribute their success to everyone else but themselves, and they are justly proud of their achievements, and they're determined to keep going. It's their determination and skill we're saluting tonight. We deal with homeless people, we deal with people who have actually fallen by the wayside for all sorts of very understandable reasons. We deal with people who have been homeless, we deal with people who have been subject to alcohol abuse, we deal with people who have come out of caring environments where there hasn't been a lot of TLC for them. And what we do is we give them that self-help ability, that empowerment that they need to have to change their own lives. You know, this is not an exercise in patronage, it's an exercise in empowerment. And we try to do that also with our volunteers and also with our staff, to use the best of their creative ideas and to channel that in an effective way for all our students. Looking around us, whether you look at Grenfell, whether you look at what's happening in our NHS, whether you look at mental health issues and health issues generally, child poverty, the crisis we face in care, WEA and education is a key element in the solutions. And I believe it's one that is massively overlooked as a national priority. So no apologies for the fact we're doing quite a lot of campaigning. We also do quite a lot of actual service, practical delivery on the ground. And we work with over 400 community partners up and down this country. And it's that partnership which will find the answers. There isn't a government agency that's going to sort this out. We'd like to get more funding from them. We'd like to get more support and more endorsement. But in the end, it's going to be us working together that makes the difference. So tonight is about celebration. We don't do enough of it, and we certainly don't do enough celebration of adult learning. And I want to just launch something today as well, which is our latest impact report, which shares some really stunning statistics about what difference we make to the adults that we serve. I want to give you 4 figures from it. The first is 81% of those who have joined the WEA to seek a job and to put themselves in a better position in the labour market, 81% of them say that at the end of a WEA course, they're better enabled to move on into employment. They are enabled to go for those jobs, reach the stars, and do the things that they need to do to make sure they have employability skills for the future. 82% improve their mental health. 72% spend less time in GP surgeries. That's a good thing. GPs are very thankful when we're doing the service for them. And seriously, you know, a lot of the issues that people are facing have only marginally to do with their physical health. It's much more about what interaction is going on in their lives, what opportunities they have to talk about their loneliness and isolation. And we push pills rather than solutions. A lot of GPs totally understand that, and we want many more GP surgeries to be referring people to the proper education and skills that they need. And finally, 70% say the WEA has a positive impact on their life as a family. Now, what could be more important than that? So family skills, parenting skills, that's a massive issue for the WEA. 75% of our students are women. Many of those are returners to the workplace. Many of those are returning into learning and into volunteering. They want to be really good role models for their children. They want their children to succeed despite the odds. And we want to help them. So that reach out and that element of community involvement and engagement is absolutely crucial, both to our past, present, and future. And today we launched our strategy up to 2025 with a whole group of staff across our London and Southern region. And there's great passion and commitment in the WEA. We have great heart and great skill. So I wanted to then move on to very briefly thanking everyone who's supported tonight. And there'll be more thanks at the end, I'm sure, but I just wanted to record publicly today how supported we feel by our partners. Our media partner is actually FE Week, and we have Shane coming later this evening, the editor, and our fantastic sponsors, the Lloyds Banking Group, the Learning and Work Institute, Skills and Education Group, Unison, the Open University, and of course, Olive Cordell. These have all sponsored this evening, and we are really grateful to them for their ongoing support. And as I said, we work with 400 community partners. That is really what it's all about. Finally, I must say this. We have a lot of volunteers in the WEA. There are at least 4 times as many volunteers as there are members of staff. And it's the volunteers and the members that make it hum at the local level, who do the engagement work, who work with us to get the word out, who recruit the members and the volunteers and the supporters that we need. And my heartfelt congratulations to them all for the contributions that they've made. Finally, the nominees this year are absolutely stunning. I had the privilege to be on the judging panel with, amongst many other members of the WEA, including our president, Lynn, and including people from the regions. And I'd have to say the standard of entry this year was absolutely amazing, and it knocked my socks off. It's humbling, it's inspiring, and it's wonderful. So thank you, everybody, and have a great evening.
Thank you very much to Ruth. Ruth is looking particularly glamorous tonight. Ruth, you're allowed to start drinking wine now, although not too much, because I want you to come back on stage for a couple of things. I know you'll be presenting some awards as well, but thank you to Ruth Spellman and all of her team for all the hard work that you've been doing as well. Thank you. And I too would like to welcome you to the Educational Impact Awards. My name is Nadine DeRaza, and it's a great pleasure to be hosting this event again. I can't remember how many times now, Ruth. Is it 3 or 4? 4 times over the last few years. And this is a really lovely event to recognise and reward exceptional students, tutors, volunteers, staff and partners. And we have both regional and national award winners. I'm also a proud WEA ambassador, and it's because that you are the UK's largest voluntary sector. I think you deserve all the support and love that you need for England and Scotland. And if you needed reminding, you're dedicated to high quality professional education in all communities. Adults for all walks of life are welcome, which I think is the true spirit of the WA. And as Ruth mentioned in the programme notes, which is a lovely programme brochure to take away with you, these awards are all about you, and the WA is here for you, whoever you are. I think those are beautiful words, Ruth, so thank you very much for writing a gorgeous intro. So we've got lots of awards to get through tonight, and we begin the 2018 awards programme with the WA's Impact in Your Community Award, and this one is sponsored and supported by the Open University. Now, we deliberately haven't put the awards in the right order, have we, James? There was he said to me, "Oh, just follow the brochure." When I got the running order, it threw it up in the air and see where we landed it. No, we've done it deliberately. We've curated it like that. Lovely, James. That's how we're playing it. Indeed. Well, Impact in Your Local Community does what it says on the tin. It recognises the degree to which a WA branch or volunteer team has facilitated the WA's approach to education and learning, which basically means bringing in new students and raising the profile of the WA in their local community. And there are 2 awards in this category to recognise both regional and national excellence. And I'm delighted to say, to present both awards, and we've tasked him with saying, you've got to get this right because all the other sponsors are going to follow what you do afterwards. So no pressure. So the head of new business at the Open University Worldwide, give a very warm welcome to Simon Tyndall. Good evening to you, Simon. Lovely to have you here. You remember the briefing?
I remember the briefing, and I'm sure when we agreed to sponsor this award, I was sort of assuming we would be somewhere down the agenda, so I could watch everyone else's speech and pick up on their jokes. But I think really from our point of view, the OU, we're extremely proud to sponsor WEA. They're an organisation that share very similar goals and objectives and very much about social impact and social remit. And equally, I think, particularly this award with impact in the community, we recognise that we can put a lot of content, we can put a lot of education out there that we offer for free, but for the unconfident learner, for those that have been lost to learning, it is not just a question of being able to come and open the laptop and start learning. It needs that encouragement. It needs those volunteers and that mentoring on a face-to-face level. There is only so much you can achieve just being digital. And so obviously we have a long relationship working with WEA, but we're extremely keen to do more and aspire to doing a lot more on a bigger scale. So being national, but equally being very much a local provider in conjunction with partners like WEA.
Fantastic. Sounds
Okay,
good.
thank
We'll give them a clap for that, I think, as well. There you go. So we start with the regional award for impact in your community, and obviously we know the winners in advance, but just pretend that you don't so you can act surprised. So it goes to the Eastern region, and many congratulations to the WEA Ely branch. And coming up to the stage, we have Sue Booth and Alison Morris, who are here to collect their awards. And what's going to happen now is that we want to take a photograph of you, but we're going to do it in a very beautifully curated way. So if you wouldn't mind stepping off the stage, Simon, you're going to come back with me in a moment. I have your photo. I did. You know, they want a photo. No, indeed, that's for them rather than me. So I did brief him earlier. Sponsors, don't follow what he's just done. Then there you go. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit about the WEA Ely's branch. It's benefiting really from the power of partnership. Since April 2016, Susan and Alison, who you see over there, have greatly expanded the scope of help the WEA can offer there. They've formed a successful partnership with the Babylon Gallery to deliver a completely new programme of day schools, and you can read so much more about this in the programme guide. But just to let you know, working in partnership with the gallery has raised the profile of the WEA in Ely significantly, and this innovative way of working has really been promoted among education staff and other volunteers as an example of good practice. Are we doing all right, ladies?
Absolutely.
Did you want to speak to your public here or not?
No, we're fine.
Yeah. Good, the right answer. I love it. So there they are. Stand up, ladies, so we can see you again. Just stand up so we can see you again. There you go. Well, we salute you for everything you do. Congratulations to you. So our next award, staying with the same categories, Impact in Your Community, and this is the National Award winner. And Simon's on standby to hand it out. You know the role now, don't you? Well, you want to, okay, it's up to you. And I'm delighted to say it is WEA Reading branch, again supported by the Open University. And Carol Kingston, I believe, is in the room somewhere to collect the award. Carol, are you here? Hello, Carol. Now, Carol looks like she's going to say a few words.
I think I am. Yeah.
Hey, come on, Carol. In you go. Simon, come and join us as well. There you go, Carol. The floor's yours here.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to say we can hardly believe we've been going for 10 years, and there's the proof. Here, all our brochures, you can have a look at these afterwards as long as you don't take them away. I'd just like to give a special thanks to June Deegan and the team in Rochester for helping us get going, and all the other staff who've helped us along the way. And also I think to partners locally. We had loads of help from Reading Borough Council, and we only started up because of a protest march. We were protesting against the closure of Reading University's School of Continuing Education. Yeah. We had a petition, we collected around about 1,000 signatures and email addresses, and so we had a captive audience. And off we set on our journey, and on the way we discovered that we were pretty much the first branch of the WEA, starting in 1903 in conjunction with Oxford University Extension College in Reading, which became Reading University. So that's been a partnership all the way along, and we're really glad to
yeah, we like heckling, by the way.
We like it.
Makes my job easier.
He's just my husband, and
Is
he's
that cool? Cheeky.
and he's responsible for the whole thing.
Indeed. His name's in the brochure, isn't it? And he's got you up to do the dirty
And
work.
also John Beale lurking over there somewhere, who's our current chair. So we're soldiering on, despite all the closures of buildings and the cuts in local government services and...
Yeah, well, I'm glad it was you. I bet they couldn't have done a good a speech as that. Hey, Carol, come on here, take some stage.
Well, if we're going to take photographs, I need the others.
Yeah, come on then. Paul, come and have your photos.
Just my husband.
Yeah. Lynn, good point. come into the centre here. So everyone can see the award. That's lovely. And if you'd like to go over into the corner, into the photographic area. So as we've just heard, 10 years ago, Reading University closed its Department of Continuing Education, and we're going to go over there for the photo as well. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. In response, how many drinks have you had, Simon, by the way? Okay, so. And you'll see in the programme, it mentions Paul Kingston, who spoke to some friends and colleagues about providing an alternative. And they gathered a list of potential students. And what's so brilliant is that the Reading branch listened to their learner base, and they never shy away to try new things. It's not all been plain sailing, has it? They're quite a noisy bunch, aren't they, over there? God, I don't know how you cope with them. They're sort of all good? Fabulous, okay. And the Reading branch is now one of the biggest volunteer-run branches in the WA, running around 50 courses and day schools each year, resulting in up to 1,000 bookings. Ka-ching! Yay! Thank you very much. Congratulations. And just so you know, the branch is the main provider of cultural education in Reading, so please keep doing the wonderful work that you do. So I'm a bit worried, though, that you're split up, though, the Reading branch. Have you all fallen out or something?
No, they were late, so...
British Rail, okay. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, truly a WA branch provision at its very best. Well, next up, we have the National Partner of the Year Award, and this really shines a spotlight on a strategic partnership which has enabled the WA to raise its profile, influence the sector and raise educational aspirations. And I'd like to invite back up to the stage, or the raised platform, the WA Chief Exec and General Secretary, full title there, Ruth Spellman, to present the National Partner Award. Ruth, everybody.
So we are faced every year with some really tough choices, and of those 400 partners, this year we wanted to pick out the partner that's actually working on some really new innovative work with the WEA. And we've always had this relationship with housing associations and the housing sector. So it's brilliant that this year the winner is Clarion Housing Group. They've been selected because of their values and their commitment to social purpose, and their reach into communities across England. And we share that commitment, we share that vision, and we also share their passion to help people who have been homeless into a sustainable existence and into a position where they are able to look after themselves. WA and Clarion have been working really successfully now at a local level in Norfolk and Suffolk, and also at a national level through the agency of our National Flexible Learning Funding, which we won a bid for earlier this year. That's a new partnership with business, and getting businesses which have a social purpose together with the WEA to deliver a better service and a better educational service, particularly for some of the most vulnerable people in our society. So we hope this vision and this purpose will grow, the relationship will grow over the coming years, and we'll be able to provide steps back into learning for people who've not had that opportunity. So can I congratulate Clarion and ask Kenneth and Misha to come to the front to collect the award.
Would you like to say a few words? Come round here, there's a microphone here for you. But hold on to your wonderful prize.
Well,
Shall I look after it for
yeah,
you?
that's
There you go.
fabulous, that is.
Okay, I'll pass it on to your colleague, there you go.
Well,
Congratulations.
Well, thank you, WEA, for that most extraordinary award. That's quite amazing. We're from Clarion Futures, which is the community investment arm of Clarion Housing Group. And Clarion, we talked about business, and Clarion Housing Group is a very large housing association. But I think Mike and I, my colleague, we're with that organisation because it has a passion and a commitment to, as well as developing homes, which I think we'll all agree is really key and quite vital. We have a commitment to building 5,000 homes a year over the next 10 years. Our board has also made a commitment to support investing in people, which we think is really key. So Clarion Futures also has at least that security of a longer term investment, and it's enabled us, because we have a commitment to support our residents and provide a universal offer from Plymouth to Newcastle, literally, to develop partnerships with organisations like WEA, which and really solid partnerships actually, which have enabled us to really deliver better services to those that we seek to work with. So on behalf of Clarion Housing Group and Clarion Futures, thank you.
Pleasure. Well done. Have your photograph. Have your photo taken over the phone. Thank you. Wow. Now, how's that for getting some good speeches tonight? A beautiful spontaneous speech there. And as you just heard, Clarion Housing Group is the largest housing association in Europe with 125,000 properties. But they really want to help support people, and they've committed to invest 150 million over 10 years to provide support, skills and opportunities to 300,000 social housing residents. And they do this through money and digital, communities, jobs and training. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for doing that on behalf of Clarion Housing Group. Big round of applause. Thank you. And bizarrely, Ange won the award last year, didn't you, on behalf of Lloyd's Banking Group. So she didn't realise part of her prize was to come back and hand out this year's awards. So are you free next year, by the way? So yeah, we'll get you to do that. No, actually, you're now part of the WA, aren't you? Head of volunteering. So big round of applause for Ange. Did a sterling job there. Now, the next set of awards recognise and reward the WA Outstanding Regional Partners. So I'm talking about those partnerships that have enabled WA to maximise resources, raise education aspirations and enable students to really achieve their full potential. And we have 3 awards in this category to hand out for 2018. We'll be recognising 2 regions as well as 1 national winner. And I'm delighted to say to announce the winners is the WA Chair of Trustees, John Widdowson, CBE, who took up the appointment over the summer. But John has worked in further and higher education, I think, for over 30 years, looking good on it, of course, got to say that. You do. And the last 19... Yeah, I would. Well, the last 19 being Principal of New College Durham, which is a post you still hold to this day. So delighted that you're here, and congratulations of being Chair of the WA. Please give a very warm welcome to John Widdowson. John, nice to have you here.
Thanks, Enid. I've been told to take up the space because any space left will be occupied by the Chief Exec and General Secretary of the room. So, I've also been told not to make jokes about height, being Welsh, or the board, which is a shame because the board is one of those few remaining organisations which, when I joined, I didn't risk raising the average age. So it was really apart from the President. The President's been trying to crib my speech all night, I've got to say, and trying to read what I've been writing down. But can I just say, first of all, it's a great privilege to be Chair of WEA. As Nadine said, I've done a lot of things in education, but this is probably going to be, and already has been, having worked with WA in the past, one of the most rewarding things, but also one of the most challenging things. Because the people that we work with are often the people everybody else forgets, finds too difficult, or just can't be bothered to deal with. And that probably includes institutions like the one I've spent all this time in, or the type of that institution. So it's a real privilege to be doing what I can as Chair of WEA. I think also it's interesting, since I've had this appointment, that I've been approached by lots of people, which is not quite as good as it sounds, but because they come and say, I used to be a WA student. And it's amazing how many people. Some are, respected and revered academics whose academic and teaching career started teaching with the WEA. Some of them actually have got themselves into a job by just getting back on track with the WEA. And I'm speaking to a very revered character in the northeast of England. His contact with the WEA was actually learning German so he could actually chat up his German girlfriend. I'm not sure what he was trying to do actually there, but still, he seems to think it was worthwhile. I think that just illustrates the variety of people, the variety of motives. So just to say, for the awards themselves, it's really good and it's brilliant to actually have the type of awards we've got. I've worked with the WEA before on a number of occasions, and what we've done has been really, really rewarding, really, really productive, and actually sowing the seeds for things in the future. So it's particularly great we've got the 3 awards in this particular category. One, dealing with science, which really you don't often identify with us, but I think it's really important that that's there and it's right in the forefront. Secondly, around digital skills, because although lots of the younger generation, we think of these digital natives, there is really a great gap, and it's a gap that excludes people from modern society. So really working on digitisation across the generations, between the generations, is really important, I think. And then finally, I think dealing with schools and with parenting and with that cross-generational issue, again, I think is the future of our organisation. So it's really pleasing that, and I've had no say at all in the judging, it's really pleasing that those awards are given to the people in those categories. But anyway, enough of me, and back to Nadine, so you can actually get what you came for, really, in those three categories, not
Thank you,
listen
John.
to me.
Round of applause for John. Thank you, John. Well, you've given a bit of a teaser away, so let's start with our Regional Partner Award winner. And the first one...
It's in the brochure.
I know, indeed. I'm trying to give a bit of mystique, though, around it. It's Scotland. I remember it's not in the right order anyway, so it'll take you all night to work it out.
I think that will have fooled me.
Yeah. Well, and did I say our first Regional Partner Award winner is going to go for Scotland, and we're going to recognise Glasgow Clyde Foundation for Science for a Successful Scotland. And so please give a very warm welcome. And the following person's very welcome to make a speech as well, no pressure. So will Kathleen Richardson please make her way up to the stage? Kathleen, congratulations. Kathleen, would you like to say a few words?
I'll say one or two.
Go on then. Yeah, there you go. That's it.
I should say that I'm actually a WEA member of staff. I'm not representing the foundation. But I think it's fair to say that I do feel like a bit of a fraud, since none of the people who did the hard work in producing the educational resource that this award is for are actually here. So that's a bit of a shame. But anyway, I'm here on their behalf. And the hard work was done by Glasgow Clyde Foundation, which is a new educational foundation. Dr. Heather Reid, who Scottish television viewers will know as Heather the Weather, and other educational consultants, as well as some of our own staff. They produced an absolutely outstanding educational resource which can be used with adults and pupils in senior school, and we hope to be really rolling that out in Scotland and offering that opportunity to build STEM skills that are so important.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Kathleen, so you're also taken as well. And I think Kathleen said about the foundation beautifully. It's a project aimed to develop a science learning resource targeted at adult and family learning groups. And the materials were published in the spring of 2018 to universal acclaim by schools, teachers, learners, the media, MSPs and local councils across the local spectrum. So very well done to you, and hopefully that will be rolled out, as you said, because STEM education, putting a spotlight on science, technology, engineering and maths is incredibly important, which reminds me of one of your old posts, Ruth, at IMechE, doesn't it really? That's mechanical engineering. So yeah, it's good that you're doing that, so many congratulations. Big round of applause, please, on behalf of the team. Thank you. Well, now we move to the Northwest for the next Regional Partner Award winner, and I'm delighted to say that we're going to honour and reward Kensington Community Learning Centre. Congratulations to you. Will Alan Tapp please come up to collect the award? Alan, where are you? There we go. Hi, Alan. Alan, would you like to say a few words as well? Oh, God, marvellous.
We're a community interest company in the Kensington area of Liverpool, which is in the top 5% on the indices of deprivation. So we're all familiar with the problems that the area will have. We've been working with the WEA for 11 years now, and during that time we will have supported literally hundreds of people and helping them with their education and improving their lives. So this award is it's a recognition, really. It makes me very proud to have the recognition of the work that we've been doing at the centre. So on behalf of myself, I'm very proud, but also I'm sure the team at Kensington Community Learning Centre, the volunteers that we have at Kensington Community Learning Centre, and all the centre users that we have there will be very proud as well. Thank you very much.
Beautifully put. Thank you very much. Well, fantastic. And you can see in the brochure, actually, just to highlight a couple of things, the Kensington Community Learning Centre brings together members of different community groups who might otherwise never meet or remain isolated at home. 10-year partnership with Kensington Community Learning Centre has enabled the WEA to engage, retain and progress hundreds of individuals through accredited courses. So thank you so much. A big round of applause again. Well deserved. Thank you. The National Award winner is the next one that we're going to celebrate, and this is the National Award winner of the Regional Partner Award, and it goes to Enfield Town Schools Partnership. And we've got several people to come up and collect the award. We've got Emma, Andrea and Jackie. So please show your appreciation for them. Big round of applause. Big smiles as well. Good to see it. Yes, it is. Yeah, that's a good deal, isn't it, actually? Yeah.
Okay. They said that's the only reason they brought me along, was because I will talk. So I'd just like to say thank you very much. I mean, when you said about the fact that actually we're teaching people that have been forgotten, that really is the case in some of our schools. We are a partnership of 21 schools now in the Borough of Enfield. We started the programme in working with parents at my own school, where on a regular basis some of the parents are taken off in a bus. Now when I say bus, I don't mean a bus that you might think about, I mean they call that the police bus. So that's the type of parents we deal with. And actually we were able to get those parents on board, get them trained to be emotional mentors for our staff, for our children, and then work with them. So and some of them have gone on to get jobs and have carried on with their confidence and actually feeling that they've got something that they can contribute to. So it's been a fantastic partnership. We'd like to thank Ashley for all the coordination he does with the role. Thank you very much, Ashley. And
stand up, Ashley, come on.
And it's made an amazing difference to our parents, but also to the children, which is why we do it in the first place. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. There you go. So, well done, ladies. Thank you very much. As you just said, the partnership is made up of 18 primary schools, representing many different cultures, nationalities and languages. And I know from a single school, as you said, 2016-2017, that's attracted 34 new students and reached 9 new primary schools during this academic year. So thank you for doing all that work, because it really does make a huge difference, doesn't it, ladies and gentlemen? So thank you very much. Brilliant. Okay, so I'm delighted to say our next award is the Volunteer Award. So this is the next set of awards that celebrate the work of the WEA volunteers. They are the lifeblood of the organisation, and the Volunteer Awards are designed to recognise individuals that have really added value to WEA activity and demonstrated a commitment to social purpose. And we have 5 awards in this category, 4 regional winners and 1 national. And delighted to say these awards have been supported and sponsored by Lloyds Banking Group. And to present the awards, it's not you this year, is it, Ange? No, it's Paul Kahini, who's the Corporate Business Development Manager. So Paul, come and join me on stage. Lovely to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nadine. You may be familiar with TV adverts for Lloyds Banking Group at the moment, the horses on the beach, etc. Very beautiful. That's filmed in New Zealand for those that are interested. But the strapline at the end of that is by your side, and that really is a byproduct of Lloyds Bank's mission statement over the last 10 years of helping Britain prosper. You know, that's business, individuals, but also the community. That's very important. So much so now that is, I play my part in the community is now embedded in the values and behaviours of each member of staff, from the chief executive to the first year recruit as well. So I play my community, and everyone is evaluated on that. In fact, I've been filling out my annual review this week, and I'm putting, I play my part in the community. So tomorrow, I think I might be studying. I was doing the awards tonight as well. So that's very important to us. There's many volunteering opportunities that are made available to staff, and we have annual charities a year, so that changes. But I really feel that the relationship with the WA is now embedded in our culture. We're very proud of that, and we can see how that's developed and evolving as well. So just on behalf of Lloyds Banking Group, just want to say well done, not just the people that I'm giving an award to, but to you all as well. You are an absolute inspiration.
Thank you, Paul. And if you're really lucky, you might get a job with the WA as well. So stick around. Okay, brilliant. And we're going to get you quite busy tonight because we've got quite a few awards. So, Paul, thank you very much indeed for coming along. So the first region we'd like to recognise is for an outstanding volunteer. It's a joint award winner. It's for East Midlands. Please show your appreciation for Mandy Grocott. Hello, Mandy. Nice to see you. There we go. And I want to say... And Mandy, you know, you're welcome to say a few words if you'd like to.
Well, I'd just like to say, Ruth was saying about how WEA was very good for keeping people out of the doctor's surgery, helping people alleviate loneliness, and she's so right. And this is one of the main things, I think, that branches do. As well as the cheery types who enjoy learning, like myself, we have a number of the quietly desperate, for whom that time they come to their WEA class gives them the relief from caring for a parent with dementia, an ill partner, or just from the loneliness of bereavement. So thank you for recognising all the volunteers, because we know what we're doing is really worthwhile.
Thank you, Mandy. Have you a postcard taken, Mandy, over there? Yeah. And you can read in the programme that Mandy is the heartbeat of the WA in Loughborough. Member of the WA for 18 years, she's demonstrated her tireless commitment to the successful running of her local branch. An enthusiastic secretary, until recently a member of the East Midlands Regional Committee. She's friendly, warm and approachable, it says in the brochure, and it's true. There you go. Now we know how you make your students feel at ease. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Big round of applause for Mandy again. Thank you, Mandy. Now we stay quite close to home, and maybe it's someone who's had the easiest journey tonight. You don't know. I don't know. They'll be able to tell us. It's London we're looking at. This is the Outstanding Volunteer Award winner, and it's Carol Veach. I hope you have said your surname correctly. Hey! Bingo. Carol, come and join us. Carol, many congratulations, and you're more than welcome to join me over here. There's a microphone.
No, I'm fine too.
Yeah. Like your style. Thank you very much. Well, let me tell you a little bit about Carol that you can also read about in the programme. She offered her time as a volunteer since 2003, having discovered WA as a student before she retired. I don't believe you're retired. As soon as time allowed, she became the branch secretary of the Richmond branch, and since then has worked tirelessly, not only running the branch, but also serving on the London Regional Committee. And as a result of your efforts, Carol, you can, again, it's a beautiful piece about you in the programme, but the branch has continued to grow and flourish with more courses in new subjects. Well done. Big tick. Thank you. Thank you, Carol. Paul, you're still here? Yep, marvellous, okay. Well, next up we've got North East, and this is the Outstanding Volunteer Award, and I'm delighted to reinforce what the programme says already, to let the spotlight shine on Elaine Pope. Where are you, Elaine? There. We've got some stairs here if you'd like, yeah. Just to let future winners know, we do have stairs here, just in case it makes it easier.
I'm well noted for falling over.
Oh yeah, me too.
Thank you very
You can
much.
make good money from it, actually, from programmes if you fall over. If someone's filming. Would you like to say a few words?
I'd just like to say that I'd like to thank Dr. Jude Murphy, who put me forward for this award. I must admit I don't recognise myself in the programme at all, but it's very nice. Thank you very much.
Lovely, well done. And Elaine first became involved with the WA through a songwriting workshop project, and she hasn't look back, throwing herself into a wide range of volunteer activities. Actually, Elaine, are you going to sing us a song? Or do you just... or is that later?
If Ronnie will join me, because she's another singer.
Oh, well, we've got a duet. Hey, well, we'll get you on later on. There we go. Well done to you, Elaine. Many congratulations. This lady is a talented visual artist and photographer. So, yeah, watch out. She might be joining you, I know. Yeah, and she certainly has drawn on all those skills to raise the profile of the WA. Well done, Elaine. So the next award is for Southern Region, and this is the Outstanding Volunteer Award. And I'd like to say welcome to the stage, many congratulations to Nick Dent. Nick, would you like to say a few words?
Just very quickly.
Yeah.
It's silly to award this to just one person. I couldn't do what I did without the support of my committee, and I'd please like to mention 3 people, Janet Johnson, Judy Sillam and Phil Tomlinson, because together we make it work. I don't do anything special on my own.
Nick, thank you very much. And that's really nice, he's recognised his other team members. But let me tell you a little thing about Nick. He's initiated better links with community partners, last year helping to organise a joint art exhibition for branch art students and WA community art groups. And he's always open to new ideas about running challenging new classes. And you've been described as the lifeblood of the WA, which is how you describe all the wonderful volunteers that run right through the organisation. So Nick, round of applause, well done. And now we come to the national winner for the Outstanding Volunteer Award winner. And I'm delighted to say that the person who's got this award, please welcome to the stage, Ronnie Stewart. We've got 2 there. Yeah, lovely. Would you like to say some words, Ronnie?
Just very briefly, again, I feel very honoured to be here. It also feels quite surreal because the area that I'm working in is a small ex-mining village in Gateshead in Tyne and Wear. And it's a very small village, it's ex-mining, it's very highly deprived, and it's just in the middle of nowhere and nobody seems to care. And I'm working very closely with a friend of mine, Bethany Ellen Coyle, and we're trying to develop a set of courses that's going to be delivered by local artists, so people from the local community, so not bringing people in, and trying to make it so it's really growing local artists and local community. I'd also like to thank, as my friend Elaine did, Jude Murphy for nominating me, because I've worked in health and social care for 30 years in the voluntary sector and I've never had an award. So it's really
Hey!
Woo! So I'm very grateful. Thank you very much.
Brilliant, well done, you. Now, Ronnie's also official name. I think you were born as a Sharon, but she likes to be known as a Ronnie. And she has a heart of gold, as we've just heard there, and a beautiful voice to match as well. I recently joined the WA through a songwriting course that was part of the WA Heritage Lottery-funded Turbulent Times 1918 to 28 project, which I think, is this the one here? Is this the book that covers that, or is that a history one? That's a different one. Okay, I'll bring that out later. So, actively involved as a volunteer, both for the project and the North East Region's History and Heritage branch. So we've got some wonderful song-writing people in the audience as well. So many congratulations. Ronnie Stewart, everybody. Well, next up, we go to the Tutor Awards. And first of all, I'm going to invite the award sponsor for this, which I'm delighted to say is Unison. So please show your appreciation for the Education Officer at Unison, Devinder Sidhu.
Hi, I just want to say I'm actually an ex-WA tutor, trained and mentored by the wonderful June Deegan. I kind of feel like I should make you all do some kind of icebreaker right now.
Yeah.
In the old WA tradition. Obviously, really, really pleased to be able to sponsor this award on behalf of Unison. Because we've got a national partnership with Unison, with the WEA, and you deliver quite a lot of our national programme. And so I know firsthand just how dedicated, committed the tutors are, and they go that extra mile. So I know just what these tutors do and just how much they do and the value that they add to the learning. So they are an inspiration in themselves. So really, really pleased to be sponsoring this award today.
Well, thank you very much for your support. Thank you. And you've got a busy time ahead because you've got 2 categories. So you're going to see this lady quite a lot this evening.
Try change.
No, oh, I can do, yeah. Actually, I do have a spare outfit for you, but I think you're looking very glamorous as well.
Thank you.
Very similar to Ruth. There you go. You obviously said, I'm going to wear the glamorous outfit today. Very pretty, very nice. Good to have you here. So, Outstanding Tutor Awards, tutors who truly demonstrate WA's approach to education and learning on students' achievement and progression. It says, I think, when I looked on the website, for non-foundation curriculum areas, among other things. So this really is a fantastic award to shine a spotlight on. And delighted to say that we're going to do the Southwest, first of all, for the Outstanding Tutor Award winner. So that goes to Douglas Bence. Aha! Aha! Now, I know it's not Douglas, but who knows in this day and age? You could be. I know you're not.
No, I'm not Douglas.
Now, I'm delighted to say that Heather White and Yvonne Lamberton, is Yvonne going to come up as well? So you must be Heather. You're going to collect the award on behalf of Douglas. Is your friend shy? She's going to come up and... No, you're not going to come. So you're Heather, are you?
I am.
And you're from the WA. You're an area education manager. And I know you're going to accept this on behalf of Douglas.
I am.
Would you like to say any words on behalf of Douglas?
I'll just say a few. Douglas worked really hard on this. In case you haven't read it in the booklet tonight, he designed, delivered, developed the first online course that we ran in the Southwest region, and he worked really hard on that. And it was a series of 4 courses, starting with a taster, to write a novel in a year. We started last Easter. The final course will be running in the spring. So fingers crossed there might be a WEA-inspired novel. Never know.
Oh, fantastic.
Can't guarantee it though.
Yeah. But no, sounds good, doesn't it? Thank you very much. And you're going to have a photograph on behalf of Douglas. He's called Mr. Innovation in the Southwest, according to the programme notes. And he took the initiative to create, design and deliver the region's first fully online course. And again, there's a really lovely write-up about Douglas Bence. So give Douglas our very best tonight. And thank you very much for collecting on his behalf. Thank you. Okay. Okay. That's quite a long trip back, isn't it? Yeah. Just hold on to it for dear life. Don't put it in the overhead locker or above you. Just hold on to it. Well done to you. Well, next area we're going to is Yorkshire and Humber for our Outstanding Tutor Award winner. And that award goes to Andrea Goodman. That's Andrea. Andrea?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, I just would like to say that I agree with Nick Dent. There is no outstanding work without an outstanding team, and we've been working really hard up there, and I'm sharing it with everyone there. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, just so you know, Andrea came to WA as a student herself, completing community interpreting at level 3 in 2012. She gained a diploma in public service interpreting and finally a master's in translation from the University of Sheffield. What a wonderful progression. And again, there's a lovely story about Andrea in the programme. So many congratulations to Andrea. And a very good success rate as well. All of her accredited courses have achievement rates of over 90%. Andrea. Okay, brilliant.
I'm just putting that in.
Yes, yeah.
On record.
Well, again, it talks about going the extra mile to support others. So
There we go.
you've chosen a really good one there. So congratulations. Well, next up we have the National Tutor Award winner, and I'm delighted to announce that it's Vivian Venade. Many congratulations, Vivian. I know it's like, where do you put them all? Yeah. Oh, would you like to come and say a few words, Vivian? Come join me over here, so we can hear you as well.
Yes.
Vivian, many congratulations.
A few things to say.
Oh, lovely. Right, hang on, we'll just add another hour to the room booking.
Thank you so much for this award. It means so much to me. I love working with such a vibrant, diverse city such as Oxford and Oxfordshire. And it's not the Oxford you know. I work with the most disadvantaged students. I've taught so many amazing students from a wide range of backgrounds and cultures. Students who left school at 16 with little education, right through to students who've come to this country from overseas with degrees. It's wonderful to see these students start out on their learning journey. Some start out with little confidence and then they move on to give presentations to the class and in the school. These students have so much to give. Many have overcome hardship and challenges to help themselves and their children. Many are experts now in special educational needs and disabilities, which is one of the courses which I run, which was started in the north and trialled by John Classic, and they're also experts in English as additional language. My students are now doing so much from supporting their own children in their learning. They're now volunteering in schools, they're volunteering in the WEA in the community. Students have moved on into employment, working as TAs in schools and colleges. Others have gone on to diplomas and higher degrees. Some are now outstanding specialists in their own field. They are now going really far and are moving into full-time work. And I've been really fascinated by my students, how they're helping their children and now their children are supporting them. One of my students, her son is helping her with her GCSE maths, and I think that's lovely. I'd like to say a very special thank you to two outstanding tutors who have supported me in the level 2 work, and that's John Classic and Bev Urquhart. They're from the southern region, and also they've gone both above and beyond. They're outstanding. And I also want to say a special thank you to Emma Carney and to Inigo, who've always been there for me. So thank you.
Lovely. Beautiful job. Well done, Vivian. Lovely. Those are beautiful words. Vivian makes tutoring look easy, it says in the programme. Originally a primary school teacher, she now teaches the Schools and Parenting Pathway in Oxford. And as you're talking about the GCSE maths, they've changed the curriculum. That's really hard. So if they can help my children, that'd be really helpful, actually. I might have to employ Vivian and her team to help, because it's quite tough now. I don't know if you've ever seen the GCSE curriculum. I think you need a rocket scientist degree to do that. But Vivian, well done to you. Her classroom is totally inclusive. The students are at the heart of the action, encouraged to read case studies, collate feedback, link responses to learning outcomes, and participate in activities to emulate what will happen during their placements in the classroom. And again, you can read all about it. Yes? Emma and Inigo, are you here? Are they here? Yeah, of course you can. Come on. Yeah. No, you've got no choice now. We're going to start chanting your names. Go for it. Go on. There we go. Totally inclusive with a photo there as well. So big smiles for the team. And big... Yeah. Well done, team. Thank you, Vivian. Yeah. Thank you very much. Of course, we'll see you back again because I know Unison will be back later on as well. Now, I'm not going to present the next award. I'm just looking for something here that I brought along earlier. Here, but to make the person who's going to be receiving the award feel welcome, that's all I'm saying. We've got the Fellowship Award. We've got 2 this evening, and the first one, Ruth Spellman is going to introduce. So I'm not going to steal your thunder, Ruth. So Ruth, come on stage.
Okay, Jimmy, you can speak for yourself, okay? But I wanted to say a couple of things first. Jimmy was born in Liverpool, and his formidable reputation for writing comes from his roots. He's often based his drama on real-life events and real people. And his writing credits are an impressive list of classic television. So you'll probably recognise his work from Brookside and from Cracker. And his realism and his sympathy and empathy for normal people stands out like a beacon. We felt that in awarding this tonight, this fellowship of the WEA, we're recognising a whole lifetime of work, Jimmy, and we want you to talk about it after you receive your award. But it gives me huge pleasure to welcome you up to the stage. There is only one Jimmy McGovern.
Yay! We've got that as well.
It'll be very, very brief, I promise you. When I was about 23 or 24, I had a wife, 3 kids, a big mortgage, and I was a compulsive gambler. You might think having a wife and kids and a family would actually prevent you gambling, but it doesn't. It makes you gamble even more because you know the money you lose is precious money, and you feel like a dog and you go chasing that money. And the more you chase your losses, the more you lose, and the more suicidal you become. You know, it was an absolute hell. You know, I got out of it because I joined a writers' workshop. At that time, there were lots of writers' workshops all over the country. You know, run by a man called David Evans, absolutely wonderful man. And I started to write there, and through the writers' workshop, I went back to education and I trained to be a teacher. And it stopped me gambling. And I know what happened. It filled a void. It filled a hole in me. And it's crazy to talk about a hole in the void when you've got a wife and kids and family, etc. But it was there all the time, you know. So I knew I had a huge debt to education, adult education especially, you know. And I had the chance to pay that debt back. It was in 1995-96, Mersey Docks and Harbour Company sacked its entire workforce, you know, and started recruiting scab labour, and the dockers were locked out. And I went in there around about 96, 97, invited by a Workers' Educational Association class, which was going for the dockers and a few dockers' wives. And I went back and went back and went back, and eventually we managed to get Channel 4 to agree to film the entire workshop over 14 months, in which we all wrote together the dockers' version of that dispute, which went on for 2.5 years, you know. And it went on for 14 months, like 14 sacked dockers, a few sacked dockers' wives, other people. And it was the most rewarding time of my life, me thinking I am repaying this debt I owe to adult education, you know. And bit by bit, I realised something amazing, that these dockers who left school at 15, sometimes 16, 15, knew far more than I would ever know. They were internationalists. They knew about South Africa, the anti-apartheid struggle. They knew about Hong Kong, California, a wharfie getting sacked in Australia. They knew everything about the international scene. And I knew nothing. And I said to them, how do you know this? You know, you all packed in school at 15 or 16. You know, I've been back to adult education. I read The Guardian. How do you know this? And I don't. And they said something, it's always stayed with me. They said, the hold of a ship is a mobile factory. And we go in there and we see what the Japanese guy's done, what the wharfie in Australia has done, what the longshoreman on the West Coast has done. and we criticise his work and applaud his work. And if his work is slipshod, we could die. You know, we have to be internationalists, you know. And I've just got to say that was... I went into that. Nobody took a penny. I worked for 14 months and didn't take a penny. It all went back to the dispute, back to the fund, to alleviate the hardship. And I'm proud of doing that. And I thought that kind of hair-shirt altruism, hair-shirt socialism would be repaying my debt. But I came out of that 14 months more enriched than I'd ever been in my life, you know. So now I still owe that debt to adult education. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Well done. Wow, what beautiful, eloquent words as well. So awarded the fellowship, Jimmy McGovern, a WEA fellow, much deserved as well. Wonderful skills that you've shown over the years. Brookside, cracker, and I know you had a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Royal Television Society, but not as good as this award, eh? Jimmy, I hope you didn't mind. I just thought I'd, you know, because you did say, what was the dress code tonight? So, you're welcome.
I've got one in my coat.
I know. I was told that you were going to wear one, so that's why I thought I'd bring it along. So there we go. Jimmy McGovern, everybody. What a treat. Now, if it wasn't special enough this evening, the next two awards are very, very special. It's the Olive Cordell Skills Awards, and these include two awards this evening, the Olive Cordell Foundation Tutor and the Olive Cordell Foundation Student Award winner. And to present both awards on behalf of the Cordell family, please welcome President and National Officer, someone who's been heckling throughout the evening, Lynn Smith. No, in a nice way. Here you go, darling. Yay! Go for it, Lynn. Your chance to outshine him.
I have to say, yet again, I've pulled the short straw. I come on after that.
Yeah.
It's so moving, Jimmy. So moving, and exactly all those values that mean so much to me as the president. And also, where's Nick? I'm going to pinch that line. Where is he? Together I'm nothing special. Alone I'm nothing special. Together we work. And I think we have to use that slogan for the WEA. And on to the Olive Cordell. I mean, all of the background for the Cordell Awards is within your brochure. All I can say is that when I came to the WEA 30 years ago, plus, this was one of the only awards that was actually given. You know, about 15 years ago it started in 2003. So I can remember it's gone from just the Olive Cordell Award and the Margaret James, which was for women, to this, and we should be very proud that we're recognising everyone within this room. And if you look, it talks about what we are about. Learners, students and tutors. And without those two, we are nothing. So without further ado, and looking at Jimmy, unless you can give me a last liner to finish on, I'm going to pass back to you, Nadine.
Brilliant.
But I'm so very proud of you all.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're going to hang around them, aren't you? To hand the awards out. Yeah.
Get my best side.
So, the first one we're going to do is the Olive Cordell Foundation Tutor Award winner. And a delight to say, please show your appreciation to Maria Crimmins. Hi, Maria. Congratulations.
Would you impressive write-up, and you must read it. Are we all going to read it for us?
Well, some of it, but you can. Do you want to do a few words?
No,
No,
really.
okay.
I just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm just overwhelmed.
Well, thank
really.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you for
that's
all your hard work.
beautifully put.
It is a real privilege every day to be an ESOL teacher in Bradford, and an inspiration every day. Just everything that everybody else has said.
Yeah.
I would echo that.
Yeah, thank you very much. A much deserved winner. And your moment for a photo as well with Lynn. Sort of a double treat.
I usually charge for this.
Well done. And You're right, there's a lovely story in the programme, but Bradford needs good people like Maria. At less than 70%, Bradford's employment rate is still below pre-recession levels and well below the regional and national averages. But none of that seems to faze Maria. When planning her classes, she goes the extra mile to get the best from her students. So Maria, much love back to Bradford, and thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Many congratulations to you. So we've got the second award for Olive Cordell. This is the Foundation Student Award winner. And I'm delighted to say that I'd like Tule Akfarat to come to the stage. Hey, Tule. Did I say your name correctly, I hope? Now, it says here, Tule, Tule loves to talk.
Yes.
Prove it. Come and join us over here. Come and.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done to you. Shall I hold that for you?
I apologize for reading, because hard to speak in front of the lots of new faces for me with my second language and without my lively page. Sorry. In September 2015, my family and I settled down in the UK and will turn the page into a new life. It was really exciting and wonderful to start a new life, but it was really scary. Especially if you don't know the language of country where you live in. You cannot be free. I never felt to be free while I didn't speak English. For this reason, the first days here were very difficult, especially for me. I couldn't find an English course which is suitable for my visa type in Coventry. The language barrier greatly reduced my self-confidence, but I did not give up, and I bought grammar books and I started to learn to English at my home by myself. Then I came across the WEA, where I able to take part in big lottery. Found new links classes, and I learned English through a variety of short courses. I began to understand English and I start to speak, so my self-confidence increased. I soon became confident enough to carry out all my work and my family responsibilities without help, without my husband. Because I decided that this problem can be overcome if I set goals and provide motivation. I know that success is not coincidence, so I have studied hard to develop myself. I use the opportunities and I create new opportunities. Now I stand on one's own legs as an independent woman. I believe that lifelong learning is transformed into a massive power. And with this power, it is possible to achieve everything. I hope to realize once again and be good role model for my students and my children. I would like to thank WEA and my teachers, Jess, Paul, Jenny, Alison, Luda, and Claire. I am happy to come across to WEA. Thank you, WEA.
Oh, it's beautiful to Well done, you. Beautiful. Woo!
teacher. I am Turkish language and literature teacher. Teaching is my life, but I start to live here. I forget everything. Thank you, WEA.
Thank you. We're going to have a photograph over there, Dan. Thank you. So have a photograph over there.
Girls will be inordinately proud of you and of our other recipients.
Yes,
so
yeah.
Well done, the
Yeah,
pair.
yeah, well done.
I'm sorry it was only me giving it to you, not the
Yeah,
teacher.
have a photo. Yeah, beautiful. And again, the speech that you just heard Tule say, elements of that are within the programme, is a really lovely story about the background and how much support you've given your children and how independent that you now feel. So what people take for granted, that it's so pleasing that you've turned your life around and giving something back and now teaching the Turkish language and can speak English better than most of the people in the room, including myself. So there you go. Thank you very much, Tule. Thank you.
I did make Tule laugh because I can actually count to 10.
Go on, go for it.
Bir, iki, üç, dört, beş, yedi, dokuz, on.
Yay! So if you want one beer, do you say beer, beer? Is that how you do it? I don't know. Is that beer, beer? I think that's the universal language. Yes, indeed. Very good. Oh, very good. Anybody else want to say any languages? Okay, marvellous. Thank you, well done. Beautiful awards. Okay, well, our next award is gorgeous as well. It's the Social Impact Award, and I'm delighted to say this is actually supported by Skills and the Education Group. And this recognises an individual group whose passion and determination has inspired others around them to embrace the learning opportunities and achieve their full potential. And as I mentioned, the award is supported and sponsored by the Skills and Education Group. I'm delighted to say their Chief Executive is here, so please give a very warm welcome to Paul Eels.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be here to sponsor this award. Just to tell you a little bit about the Skills and Education Group, we go back 106 years in one form or another, but we've changed our name quite a few times. We've just changed our name and we're on a 5th iteration in those 106 years. But we're a membership body for further education and skills providers, and we have 2 awarding bodies within the group, one of which CERTO works very closely in Yorkshire and the Humber area, and we're proud of the work that we do with WEA. All of our work is focused on improving the lives of individuals through education and skills, whoever they are and wherever they start from, and their starting point is. I've been really inspired by what's been said tonight and the impact of the work of WEA and all of you in this room on the lives of individuals will be felt for not just those individuals but for their families too, as we've already heard. So we are delighted to support this, and the impact, as I said, will go on forever. So I am really delighted to be able to support WEA and the Social Impact Award.
Thank you. Well, glad to have you here. Thank you very much, Paul. Thank you. So, our Social Impact Award winner goes to New Roots Integration. And the team are coming up here. We've got 3 lovely ladies. Do come along and get your certificate. Many congratulations. Well done to you. Thank you very much. I see your moment of glory. Go in the centre there. There we go. And who's going to, who's going to do the words? Can I just get the names as well? Can you introduce yourselves?
Yes, I'm Dee Robinson.
Yep.
And Claire Grace and Jenny Coppard.
Brilliant. And you're going to say a few words?
Yes.
Fabulous.
Thank you very much. We're very honoured to have this award. Thank you. And I'd particularly like to thank Ellie, who is always so positive about anything that we plan to do at New Roots. It's been a fantastic partnership with WEA. New Roots has been going since 2003, and we started with the first 30 dispersed asylum seekers in Norwich, and now we see more than 250 people a week. So without WEA, it would be very hard to actually meet the education needs of all the people who come to us. So thank you, Ellie.
Thank you. Well, you're going to have your photo done as well. Why not? Yeah, more the merrier. As you've just heard, New Roots is an inspiring grassroots organisation that supports refugees, asylum seekers and other recently resettled ethnic minorities in Norwich. And again, looking at the programme, it really does show how successful they have been in reaching out to areas that some people just don't want to touch. So without people like this, there's people that really need the help and support, and these ladies certainly provide it, and the rest of your team as well. And the strength of the New Roots comes from the 180 committed volunteers, ranging from sixth form students to people in their 70s, who help deliver the wide range of activities and one-to-one support. So you're making a really massive impact in Norwich. Congratulations, ladies. As I said, there's a lengthy bit of in the programme actually, which tells you all about it. And thank you as well to Paul from the Skills and Education Group. Where have you gone? You've gone back to... There you are. Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, well, now it's time to shine the spotlight on the Staff Member Awards. And this category recognises either an outstanding staff member or team. And this category is supported by Unison. So let's welcome back to the stage, still wearing the same gorgeous outfit, Davina Sinu.
Yeah, again, staff and volunteers are obviously the foundation stones of the WEA. I'm going to use the same words I used with the tutors. It's about commitment, it's about dedication. I know I work with the staff up and down the country. I know how committed and dedicated they are. So Unison is really proud to be sponsoring this award.
And thank you very much for your support again. So we're going to start with the East Midlands, and the Outstanding Staff Member Award winner goes to Julie Lane. But, as with all good award ceremonies, not everybody can make it. Unfortunately, Julie can't be here tonight. But instead, on behalf of Julie, I've been informed that Howard Croft is going to take the award. Howard, welcome to you. Yeah. And can you channel Julie and say a few words on Julie's behalf? You don't have to if you don't want to, but it'd be lovely.
I shan't.
Okay.
Julie, there's no speech.
Yeah.
So
But the photo, you wouldn't mind that, wouldn't you?
Celebrating with more awards.
Yeah, indeed. Fantastic. But you can have a photo with the award. Yeah, let's do that. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you, Howard. Now, again, there's a full programme report on Julie. Well done to Julie. And within the region, she's led to all sorts of improvements in admin approaches, health and safety procedures, support for branch volunteers, cost efficiency savings. But Julie truly embodies the values of the WA. And Howard, you can vouch for that, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, give our love back to Julie. Thank you very much. Thank you, Howard. So now we go to the West Midlands for the next Outstanding Staff Member Award winner. And please show your appreciation for Lisa Harvard. Many congratulations. Thank you. Are you going to say?
Like to say thank
you. Yeah. Well done to you. But you're going to have your photograph taken as well, so we can record that special moment. So many big round of applause for you, Lisa. Well done. Have your photograph taken. Thank you very much. Now, what this lady isn't telling you, she's transformed the programme in Birmingham in terms of provision for students, relationships with partners and external profile as well. And every tutor's made a point of mentioning Lisa's extremely helpful, proactive and responsive support in their reviews. So Lisa, you're a very valued member of the team. Many congratulations to you. Still here, Davinda? Brilliant. Okay, right, the next staff member. This is the National Joint winner. This is an award winner who I'm delighted to announce is Ross Weatherby. Looking good. Your name's correct?
Yeah, spelled right and everything.
The
Well
Marvin.
done.
Right, and looking very smart as well.
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm usually outdoor stuff we do, and I'm usually in, like, you know...
Jogging pants.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as say... I wouldn't even say pants. Never mind. But I'd just like to say thanks to... You know, although it's got my name written on it, it's the WEA Reach Out team in Aberdeen, northeast of Scotland, and there's 4 of us in the team, so the awards for everyone. For Kevin McPherson, my education support assistant, my friend over 30 years and guy I live with. Morag MacDonnell is our admin, and Claire Harper, who's come down with me today as well. There's been a bit of talk today as well about how long projects have been on the go for, how long the WA has been on the go for. The Reach Out project was actually started 30 years ago this year, and by Claire. Yeah. Wow. So there's a whole...
Claire, stand up.
So, well done. Claire should stand up. Okay. Thank
That's
you
for you as well.
Oh, I get that as well.
Yeah, you get 2.
Wow, look at that.
2 for the price of 1.
It's a guy fancy one. That.
And you gave your photo taken as well. Brilliant.
I didn't think I was being a translator, but...
Yeah. Willie. Yeah, I know. You do, yeah. And Ross certainly embodies, doesn't he, the WA ethos and everything they stand for in the northeast of Scotland. Now, this guy works with the city's most vulnerable people, ex-offenders, those with substance misuse issues, mental health problems, and those with special needs. He's totally committed to learner-centred approaches and has developed much of the projects programme together with the learners. Now, I don't know if you're going back by train, but I'd like to be on that train. That is going to be one party going. Oh, very, very posh. Okay, very good. Well, of course, you've got the suit as well. You might get upgraded as well to business wearing that suit. But no, approximately 120 learners per year access the Reach Out project, which was recently evaluated by Aberdeen University, received recognition as widely transferable and a valuable intervention. Well done to both of you. Thank you very much. Okay, well, next up we have the Staff Member Joint Award winner, and I'm delighted to say that goes to Deborah Walsh. And that's you again? Hello there, congratulations to you. There you go. I know you've done so many awards tonight, haven't you? There you go. There we go, that's it, there we go. You'd like to hand those over there. Thank you very much. You'll be good. Thank you. Many congratulations, Deb.
Thank you very much. I'll just say one quick word. I'll just say thank you very much indeed. I'm a bit nervous, but you're, like everybody said, really, we're only as good as the people that we work with. I'm lucky enough to work with an absolutely fantastic team. And there's a couple here tonight, and that's Nusrat Hathiara and Karen Chohan. And they've helped me along the way.
Yes. And they've got the big grins. One's actually filming the whole thing as well. We're live on the BBC. Stand up, ladies, if you don't mind interrupting the filming. Come on, let's see you. Come on. Where's the other one? And Deb's going to have her photograph taken now, and she's enjoyed an incredible journey from admin assistant to her current role as an education coordinator with the WA, making a real difference to the lives of many students and colleagues along the way. And today she's responsible for lots of the good stuff the WA do in the East Midlands region, which is no easy task, because I know she faces all her fears head on and tackled any lack of experience by equipping herself with the knowledge required. And Deb, thank you very much for saying a few words as well. And what a beautiful photo. Lovely. Well, the big smiles about... Yeah, oh, sorry, I'm just... Oh, I've never been told off by a photographer. There's a first for everything. It's all right, sorry, sir. I know. I've been put in my box. Anyway. And Devinder, it's safe to say that you can sit down now. Okay, there you go. You've probably done the most exercise all night and you can relax now. Thank you very much indeed. Or can you? No, you can. Lovely. Okay, well, next up we have the Student Group Award winner. And it's time to recognise who's won this particular award, which in essence is the degree to which the collaborative learning has demonstrated the WA's commitment to excellence and distance travelled. And to present this award, please welcome the Chief Executive from the Learning and Work Institute, Stephen Evans. Hi, Stephen. Welcome to you.
Thank you.
Where's the beer bottle gone?
We promised we weren't going to mention that. So good evening, everybody. I was slightly worried about going so late in the ceremony because I thought you might all be flagging a bit, but I think the stories are so amazing that how could you possibly be flagging? Now, the Learning and Work Institute's been around for just over 90 years, which I thought was a long time until Ruth and Paul said how long their organisations have been around for. And I feel like we've barely started now. But we've had a long-standing partnership with the WEA based on a shared mission, I think, about the power of adult learning to transform lives, to change communities and to change society. And I think all of the stories today, they're so different, but actually that's the unifying thread, I think, that runs through all of them. And so we're really pleased to be part of this partnership. Now, part of the partnership is related to something we've been running for the last 25 years, which is called the Festival of Learning, which some of you may have come across and heard of. I'm seeing a few nods, which is good news. And that's all about celebrating the very best in adult learning and trying to inspire more adults to learn too. My one shameless plug this evening, before I get on with it, is that nominations for our 2019 awards are now open. So, if you've enjoyed getting an award this evening, then first of all, enjoy this evening. But second of all, tomorrow, please do log on to our website and get nominating for next year.
Good plug.
Thank you. My comms team are going to be delighted. So please do that. And I won't give away the story of the winner because you'll hear more about it. And to be fair, it is in your books, so you've probably skipped ahead. But I do just want to reiterate what I think Ruth said really eloquently at the start and what's come through what everybody has said, which is the power of adult learning. It's so powerful, and we can't expect just to learn everything we need for life at school and then off you go for the rest of your life. So adult learning is really essential for everything and all the wide range of stuff that we've talked about today. And so the last thing I did want to say was a massive thank you to everybody in this room, because you all make a massive difference to people and to your communities and to society. So thank you, and give yourselves a round of applause.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, really nicely put. Thank you very much. They were beautiful words. That bottle of beer suited you. So, our Student Group Award winner, and it's a national winner, goes to the Job Centre Plus Syrian Refugee Pre-ESOL. So, congratulations to them. However, can they be here? Sadly not. But we're going to show you a video which shows them saying thank you. So, if you wouldn't mind just stepping to one side, that'd be fabulous. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rosario. Thank you.
Yeah. They look very pleased, didn't they? They look very pleased. Now, they can't be here, but I'm delighted to say we've got two people from WA and also someone from the Job Centre Plus. So please welcome on stage Trish, Rosario and Sandy. Names I think we heard just mentioned there. So big round of applause, please. They're behind you. Aha! Got you back. 1-1. Yeah. I've always wanted to say those words. Hello, congratulations. You could see that they were absolutely delighted, weren't they? Would you like to say a few words?
I certainly would. This has been a real collaboration of effort. It's been a first for us. It could not have happened without the wonderful relationship that we've had with the Job Centre Plus, and Sandy, who has supported those students phenomenally since they arrived in this country and attended many of the sessions with them. Without Rosario, who was their dedicated tutor and supported a group of volunteers to work alongside her to give these students the learning experience that they deserved. They are a wonderful group of gentlemen. I have the utmost respect for them and their families. I can say that we celebrated wonderfully on Saturday at our AGM, and they really, really enjoyed the day. There have been other Syrian refugee projects running alongside this in Wakefield, and part of that was to try and make other people in our local community understand the journey that these people have travelled and the guts and determination they have had to just go through all manner of things that we can only begin to imagine to get to where they are today. Part of that was to bring those communities together, and I felt particularly inspired by a young girl who is part of a youth project which was about integrating those people into our community. And it was part of a Culture Cures project which ran alongside this, and a work that was being done with the wives of the people who were attending. And this young lady is 16 years old, and she wrote this poem. And so in response, on behalf of the refugees, I feel it sums up very much what they have been through. And I'd like to read that poem with you, and hopefully I will get to the end of it this time. This is home to me. Someone asked me, "Where is your home?" I answered, "What do you mean?" They said, "The place where you live." But all the places I have been, I was born in Syria, and some of my family's there. We travelled and stayed in Lebanon, but we didn't find a home there. My brother is in Germany. I have family in Manchester too, but out of all the places I have been, I'm sat here talking to you. So what does home mean to me? A place where I am loved, a place where I am safe, a place where I can sleep at night and watch my children play. A place where I have friends. I respect them, they respect me. With doctors, nurses, teachers and shopkeepers, home is where I'm free. Thank
Wow, I think just a human response to a human situation that I'd like to think that if I found myself in that situation, people would reach out like these ladies have done. And you're going to ruin my mascara now, which is... and yeah, no, Lynn's is gone as well, that's it. But we can always go to the room, that's the least of our problems. But a beautiful story. But again, it's in the programme. Sometimes the fortitude of our students, it says, can leave you speechless. And this award for 6 remarkable Syrian refugees who arrived in the UK with their families, unable to speak, read or write basic English without using translation software. Unsurprisingly, they and their families felt severely isolated and lacking confidence until the WEA comes along and people like these ladies here in Job Centre Plus. So thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Many congratulations to you, and give our very best to the team of Syrian refugees as well. Thank you. Well, we come to the second of our fellowship awards, and again, I'm going to hand over to Ruth to announce this. So, big round of applause for Ruth, back on stage again.
Okay, so who can follow that? Just fabulous example of WEA in action. Our second fellowship award tonight is to the first woman fellow. So Jimmy, you're many things, but you're not a woman, okay? So we are celebrating tonight making this award to Ruby McGregor-Smith. I first met her about 10 years ago when she was chair of the Women's Business Council. And she has been and is a fantastic ambassador for women. She's also one of the very first women to be in that FTSE 100 league and the FTSE 250 league. And that really matters for a future generation of women who have those aspirations. And she carries with her a knowledge of what it's like to be an aspiring woman at every stage in her life. And she's contributed tonight the gift of her daughter and her sister. Her daughter's going to come and receive the award in a minute. But just a little bit more about your amazing mother. Mothers make the world go round. And even when things look difficult, she has been incredibly inspiring to many women, me included. I think the things I would pick out are, first of all, her perseverance as a women's CEO. There's a very small number of women who have occupied those positions, and every one of them feels threatened, I think, by what's happening in business today, which is more and more emphasis on macho management, you know, getting done things in a very quick way, not always to a good standard. And she stood out for some really important human values. In her leadership of the Mighty Group, with whom we are now, I'm delighted to say, working in partnership, and also at the Page Group, she's been a very different CEO. She's been a female CEO. How brilliant is that? So I'm really delighted tonight to present this award, not to just to Ruby, but to women and to Izzy.
I'll give that to Ruth. Yeah, Ruth, I'll give that to Ruth. That's brilliant. Well done to you. Welcome, Izzy.
Hi. Hi, my name's Izzy, and my mum would like me to read out some words. I'm really sorry I cannot be with you tonight to accept this award. However, I'm so pleased my daughter Izzy can accept this on my behalf. I feel truly honoured and very touched to receive an honorary fellowship of the WEA. My parents brought me to the UK when I was 2 as they wanted a better life for me. They came here with no money, and life was very tough for the 3 of us when I was a child. They felt bringing me here would make me more successful, but the hardship they endured in those early years will stay with me forever. With my background, it was not easy to be successful, and little did my parents ever dream I could achieve the success I have. What it made me realise was that I have to do whatever I can to make that journey easier for others. We all have to. That's why I have such a passion for ensuring everyone, regardless of their background, gender or race, must be able to fulfil their full potential. So that one day, no one is surprised that an Asian female from a poor background like me could have achieved so much in her career. It took huge amounts of work and support from so many to make this happen, and I've always said that if I can do it, anyone can. I would like to congratulate the WEA on all their hard work they do, which is changing so many people's lives. It's humbling to see, and I look forward to supporting them in the future. Thank you.
Lovely, Izzy. Thank you. And of course, you've got to have your photograph taken as well. So yes, Ruby awarded the fellowship in recognition for outstanding achievements in business, her inspiring work that she's done with the foundation, and her energy in championing women in business as well. As Ruth said, it truly is very, very inspiring indeed. And give the very best to your mum. Thank you, Izzy. Actually, Izzy, shall I let them into a secret? When you first arrived, would you like to both stand up, actually? I thought both of them were the daughters of Ruby. And it's Ruby's sister, so I'm going to get into real trouble from Ruby, because you're going to tell her, aren't you? Oh, no, please don't tell her. But no, indeed, you both are very youthful, so thank you very much indeed, and send our very best to your sister and your mum as well. Let's hear it one more time for Baroness McGregor. Okay, so we've got the 2 final awards of the evening. I hope that's right. I haven't missed any. Good, phew. So we've got student awards, and there's 2 of them, as I mentioned. And the first one is the regional award, and I'm delighted to say, hopefully, his voice is better. I did give you a vocal zone. It's a bit better, and you can use the microphones as well. Now, to present this award, please welcome back on stage from KPMG, the host tonight, so be extra nice to him, Ian Bannatyne.
Thank you very much indeed. So two to go. It's an incredible description of really pushing yourself, stretching yourself. So I'm not going to read from the notes, please, Kerry Holdsworth. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, indeed. Well,
Is
gosh,
that
your voice is going.
It's a little bit.
It is. Well, yeah, I shouldn't have put you through that, should I? Really? Yeah, indeed. And despite the fact him being a Scotsman, he's a QPR fan. If you were here last year, which I am as well. And there's James. And there's 3 QPR fans in the room. The biggest amount of QPR fans I've ever seen under one roof. So there we go. I know, it's most bizarre. There we go. Anyway, let's get back on track again. We're looking at the Outstanding Student Regional Award winner, and it goes to the Eastern region, which is a very popular region tonight. And I'm delighted to say that Kerry Holdsworth is the recipient of that. Kerry. Hi, Kerry. Nice to see you. Congratulations to you. Here's your award. And Kerry, would you like? You don't have to. Not really. No, that's fine.
Thank you, though. Thank you very much.
Well done, Kerry. Have your photo. Brilliant. I think somebody else a photo as well. Is it, who's? I don't want to say. I didn't think I was going to say sister, mum. I've got to go through tutor. Tutor. Well, you can see there's a lovely story about Kerry in the programme. I know you've demonstrated immense courage and determination to learn, overcome extremely difficult circumstances, which you can read all about there. But I just think what's amazing is that you've really turned your life around. Stepping through the door of a WEA course unlocked a really bright new future for Kerry. And through her passion and determination, Kerry successfully completed the Level 2 Supporting Teacher and Learning in Schools course. And achievement has demonstrated the value of the WEA Schools and Parenting Pathway in helping people to overcome barriers in their life and successfully return to learning, taking pride in their own learning journey and becoming a role model for children as well. And I know, the birth of your little girl was a huge inspiration for you. So, Kerry, many congratulations to you. So our final award for this evening is Outstanding Student National Award winner. And again, Ian's going to present the award as well. But before we see who the winner is, let's see his story.
My name is Kevin McCann. This is the only place I know. There's bars and clubs. There's no youth clubs around here. This is it. And the only role models I've got to look up to around here is drug dealers. There's a fella called Tommy Jones doing it for many years around here in WEA. He was the one who kept going on to me, come to the gym, come to the island, and he took me to an island called Barnsley Island. I really enjoyed it. For want of a better word, I found the place very spiritual. I sort of learned the elderly ways, and a few of them out to Barnsley and they changed their life around. And then I found out that my love for boxing had been renewed, and it just basically went on from there. If I never went to Barnsley with Tommy Jones in the first place, I wouldn't be here today. It's as simple as that. No argument, no debate, no discussion. I would not be here. I would be bleeding dead if the truth is only known. Sorry for saying that. I'd have been like a lot of them round here. I'd have been getting drunk every day. The only ambition I'd have had when I get up in the morning is getting stoned and pissed as quick as humanly possible. It's only for the WA that I pulled myself out of all that. The only thing they want to do is to help you. And it's nice when people are giving their time to help people, And it just gives me a lot more confidence in myself. Life is not just all around here. You want a better life, and you put yourself into it and give your heart and soul, you can have that life. Most of the kids that come here, they've never had a sort of touch in their lives. But it helps some of these kids to get the aggression out of them and everything else, and keeps them fit, and keeps them having those, just makes them disciplined. So it's good, all good. And I would say to everybody, give it a go, because they're there to help you. You've got everything to gain and nothing to lose. Just give it a try.
What a beautiful film. So, yeah. So the Outstanding Student National Award winner goes to a very deserved Kevin McCann.
I don't think there's a lot I can say. I think the video says everything. Thank you.
Yay! Thank you, Kevin. Well done, Kevin. I think the warmth of applause says it all, Kevin, and again, a beautiful write-up in the programme. The WEA's Endurance Programme initiative set up to provide educational opportunities for people with addiction problems really help to turn things around for Kevin. Reconnecting with his love of boxing. Have you got your gloves tonight? Have you got your gloves tonight, or? Yeah, phew, we're all safe then. Kevin McCann, everybody. Now, before I invite Ruth to say the final few words to thank you all for being here, I've just got a little bit of housekeeping to do. At those awards, those certificates, you're thinking, how am I going to get those home? Don't be worried. Underneath here, or on top of the table, well done, we've got boxes for the awards, so that will keep them nice and safe. So come and collect those afterwards. And when we've finished in here, we'd like all the award winners to come back on stage for a lovely group photo, which is going to look smashing. So please do come with your awards, certificates, and your good self to have a photo here at the very end. Well, thank you very much for being a delightful audience. I really am truly amazed by all the wonderful stories that we've heard, and it's a great pleasure and privilege to be an ambassador for the WEA. But the final words go to a truly inspirational lady, Ruth Spellman.
I feel a bit punch drunk. Sorry, it's just one of those evenings, isn't it? And I don't suppose anybody in this room has not had a moment tonight. So my big thank you tonight are to all the award winners. Weren't they amazing? Yes, definitely. Yeah, all of the ones that have contributed to this event tonight as well. And my job is to say an extremely short and inadequate thank you to all of you. So I want to talk about my home team. I want to talk about John and Lynn, the volunteers, the trustees, the sponsors, and I want to talk about James and Jenny, Jen White, Liliana, Gemma Palmer, Angela Ainsley, David Pittaway and Theresa Mosley. These are all the people who've gone into this evening, and also without the amazing inspiration of the work we do, none of these people would be here. You know, that's what keeps us going night and day. That's what keeps the organisation going. All our nominators and judges have also played a fantastic role because they have contributed their expertise. They've come along. They've heard these stories. They've made some really difficult choices because, you know, we have 50,000 students every year. That's a huge number. We're the biggest adult community learning organisation in the whole country. And we reach deep into community, deep into people's hearts. And I think what has come out tonight is just some of those stories, but they've come out big time, as they always do, as total winners. So I do want to say also thank you to all the friends of the WEA. We have so many. And I also want to say thank you to everyone who puts their heart and soul into this work. The sponsors tonight, Lloyds Bank, ESU, the Open University, FE Week, who's our media partner this year, fabulous. One of the few things our minister reads is FE Week. To be honest, she needs to go on a WEA education course. But that aside, we need the publicity, we need our stories out there, we need our heroes and heroines out there. We know who they are, we know their stories, we know the power of their stories to change Britain. And I think the judges, the participants, the nominators, everyone who gets involved in these awards every year gets newly inspired. So I want to say huge congratulations to you all, and also to welcome you to the next phase of the WEA. We've launched today our new strategy up to 2025, which is looking 7 years ahead, beyond some of the Brexit challenges and into the future. Because if the 20th century was the century in which adult education was born, the 21st century needs to be the rebirth of adult education. We need to have a new generation of people engaging and learning all the way through their lives. 18, 19, 21, 24 is not the age limit for learning. People are carrying on learning and working for so much longer. We have great lives if we can make everyone have the benefit of learning. If we can give the access, if we can open our hearts to the fact that people have such potential, this country would not have a productivity problem, would not have an unemployment problem, and would not languish at the bottom of those league tables. We have a great future ahead of us, but we need to seize that future and make it happen. So thank you.